that's good. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. Takumi,
But I'm like,
how was your lunch?
it was good.
Good. Well, actually, you know what, Takumi? I had miso soup.
Miso soup. Oh, that's
Yeah,
good. Do you
yeah,
like
yeah.
miso soup?
I like miso soup because I had fried fish
Mm-hmm.
for lunch, and then I decided to cook because it was very easy.
Yeah.
Like boiled. Yeah,
Just put the miso
yeah,
base, right?
yeah. So Isra, we were talking about miso soup, which is a Japanese kind of soup,
Traditional soup.
special soup, and you eat this like almost in every meal, right?
Yeah.
Takumi, yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually Isra. It's made of soya, right, Takumi?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
That's
really,
good.
yeah, it's nutritious actually. I learned it from my sister. So we have this tub of miso soup that I usually buy in some supermarkets here. So my son and I usually have this, especially if we have something fried, like fried meat, fried
Mm,
fish. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So anyway, guys, I hope that you really had this great meal and with more energy now. Let me share my screen. So let's continue finishing this before we move on to the next. So actually, this was given as your homework, but anyway, we can do it here now. So you can also mark your homework, Isra, if you finish. Okay, so it says here there are. Were you able to finish it, Isra?
Yeah, I was able to finish, but I didn't correct it.
Yeah, so here we can actually correct while giving. Wait, I need to make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so please. Oh no, it's so small. Okay, anyway, can you still read, Takumi? Or it's difficult?
Uh,
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Is it better?
Expert.
Yeah. Okay, so there
Good.
are 5 sentences here, and they contain pairs of words in italics, if you see those italic words, and they are very similar in meaning. But the thing is, we have to underline the word which has the most positive connotation. Okay, because there are words that are similar in meaning, but they can also be used in actually it depends on the context. Okay, so for example, the first one, can you please read, Takumi? And well, the answer is already here, but probably we can discuss why it should be bustling. Okay, can you please read?
Which bird?
Yeah, number one.
The shopping center is normally crowded, bustling on a Sunday afternoon.
Okay, so the answer actually is bustling. Okay, and bustling and crowded or full of people are kind of like similar, but why is it that bustling is the most appropriate word to use? What do you think? Why do you think? Oh, wait 1 second. How should I smoke? Oh, okay. So why do you think that it should be bustling instead of crowded? Any idea, Takumi?
Mm, I'm not sure. I thought, like for me, I thought I also can use crowded for this sentence.
Well, yes, it can be, but we have to use which is more appropriate or it's kind of like more positive connotation, because usually when we say crowded, it has this negative connotation as well. For example, Takumi,
Mm,
every morning in Tokyo City, especially, okay, let's talk about Tokyo City. Trains, especially during rush hours, are always crowded.
yeah.
Okay, so meaning it's really packed. It's very full, and I experienced this before when I visited Japan, and it's not comfortable. You
Mm,
know, it's not. It's kind of like difficult. Like being pushed sometimes. So this one, it has this negative connotation, crowded. But when it comes to the word bustling, so it's crowded, it's busy, but it's lively.
Mm,
So meaning it has a positive connotation.
I see.
Yeah, okay. So for example, Shibuya,
Shibuya, yeah.
yeah. So you said you've been there, right?
Yep.
You were going there. Like, do you think it's kind of like, I know that it's busy and it's full of people, but do you think it's more of like a positive or negative?
Like positive mean or negative means?
Yeah. What do you think, Shibuya? Is it like, does it have this negative environment or positive environment?
I think it can be both.
Okay, in what way that it's positive?
The positive is mm, so in the Halloween day,
Mm-hmm.
so many people were wear costume
Yeah,
and gather to the one spot in
yeah.
Shibuya, and they do festival. So which is kind of fun, looks fun and positive, right?
Okay.
But for negative, um, as so many people get there in the Shibuya, they throw the garbage, or some of the people throw the
Yeah.
garbage to the floor. Then
Yeah.
after
On the
the
ground, not on the
on the
floor,
ground,
on the ground. Yeah.
the ground. Then after the someone of the volunteer, I saw that someone of the volunteer pick the garbage. And
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I actually heard about this. Yeah. But anyway, in general, it's kind of bustling because, it gets busy, it gets a little bit, kind of like probably a little bit crowded or full of people, but the ambience is usually kind of like fun, right? Especially during Halloween, just like what you said. And it is where many people, especially university students, gather and hang out. So in this case, it's more of bustling, but the only negative thing is that they leave garbage on the ground.
I see.
Yeah, okay, so it's bustling. Okay, what about you, Isra? Can you give one example why a certain place or a certain area can be described as more positive, like bustling, compared to the word crowded, which can be negative or positive sometimes? Like this one.
Oh,
The shopping center is normally bustling on a Saturday afternoon. Yeah, because busy.
markets, like local markets,
Okay.
can be bustling
Mm-hmm.
sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
especially on weekends, because people don't usually go to work and have time to go to the market.
Exactly. This is one good example. Like supermarkets, whether wet or dry market, they get busy during weekend. So you see a lot of people. There are a lot of actions or movements going on,
Yes.
right? Yeah. So it's bustling. Okay. Number two is right. It's your turn.
Okay. The roads are busy slash congested during rush hour.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And the answer is
Busy.
okay. Now, why do you think that busy is more appropriate here?
Um,
Does it have like when you say busy, is it more of positive or negative connotation?
I think it's negative. I'm not sure.
Okay, negative connotation.
Yeah.
The second one. Okay, do you think
Well,
that the word
I
busy has
think
more?
that
Yeah, because it says here. Okay, it says underline the word in italics, which has the more positive connotation.
uh,
Which one has the more positive connotation?
busy.
Yeah, because congested is negative. It has negative connotation. Okay,
Yeah,
it's
congested.
yes, it's busy and crowded and packed or full, but congested has a negative connotation. That's why in this example, the roads are busy during rush hour, which is true because people go to work, go to school, or probably people travel to go somewhere. So they
Yeah.
get, yeah. Okay, number 3, can you please read, Takumi?
The housing scheme has on our
Has
for its
has won.
has won
Mm-hmm.
awards for its novel
No, pioneering.
pioneering design.
Yeah. So the answer is actually pioneering. And when we say pioneering, it's something that was done by an individual or a group. There's like probably something that they introduce, and this is something that was not done in the past. So now, why is it that pioneering is the answer here? Okay, that housing scheme has won awards for its pioneering design. So what does it mean? Okay, so it means rather somebody introduced or started this kind of scheme or plan. Scheme meaning plan. That housing plan or that housing scheme has won awards. Why? It's because of its pioneering design. So meaning this design is something unique. There hasn't been don't you know that there hasn't been like this, or there wasn't anything like this in the past. So meaning it's the person or probably a group or a company that introduced this kind of scheme. That's why it's pioneering. Okay. So number 4, Ezra.
The city center is surrounded by extensive sprawling suburbs.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so when we use extensive suburbs here, meaning it's kind of widespread, like kind of like all over the one particular area. So why is it that extensive is the right word to use here instead of sprawling?
Because sprawling has a negative effect.
Yes, okay.
Like,
Yeah. So extensive
yeah,
meaning it's kind of widespread, like extended in
yeah,
different areas. While sprawling, it has a negative connotation, or
yeah,
it's kind of like, yeah, okay, you're right. For example, we use sprawling to mean like a certain area is like concentrated by people who are probably into drugs or into doing some illegal things, or probably like a certain slum area.
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah,
meaning when we say slum, Takumi, it's a place where people live or build their houses in a land area which is not theirs. So I don't know if you have any slum in Japan. Do you know if there is any?
I don't think they slum.
Slum is a place. I mean, like slum people or slum area. When you say slum, it's an area where people build their houses, like a dwelling place or dwelling houses where they just build. It's not their own, but it's kind of like we call them illegal settlers.
Oh, I see.
Do you have
Without no permission.
Yeah, without any permission, that's why government, for example, government or local government officials, they actually relocate these people.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, do you have anything like this in Japan, like slum
Uh,
areas?
I don't think so, but maybe I don't know. Maybe someone occurred.
Yeah, probably that place where this homeless people also dwell or they live. Like those homeless people, there's one area in Osaka I heard, not only from one or two students, but they said like, people from Osaka said that there's this one area in Osaka where you see a lot of homeless people. They have their own stuff, and they have like a small community in that area. But when we say slum, it's more of an area where, people build their shanties or, dilapidated houses next to one another. Yeah,
Oh,
so we call this a slum. Okay. Anyway, number 5. Whose turn? I think it's your turn, Takumi.
there are many old historic buildings in the town center.
Okay, so historic is the right word to use here. But why?
Hmm.
Why historic? In the town center or city center, for example. Okay, because when you say old, meaning these are almost probably like broken, dirty, not maintained,
Yeah.
right? But when you say historic, it's something that is preserved by the local government because it's probably the buildings have become like a tourist spot. It has
Yeah.
become a tourist attraction,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, these are all buildings, but there are the local government, for example, are able to maintain this building. So historic buildings meaning it has significant buildings that have significance, meaning they are still considered important, or buildings that considered still valuable up to this time. Okay, so anyway, I hope I will send this to you guys, and I hope that you will be able to use them in your writing, whether it's task 1 or task 2, who knows, right? There are very important vocabulary. Okay, since it's Wednesday, and usually Wednesday in IELTS is kind of a speaking test, but before we do that, let's just learn some idiomatic expression first. um and by the way, guys, can I just give you 5 minutes to do your spreadsheet? I forgot again.
Mhm.
Your IELTS spreadsheet, guys. Can you please do it in 5 minutes? Because I don't want to skip this. And please do it every day because Teacher Lee will be checking them. Okay, 5 minutes,
Okay.
guys.
When is Mr. Lee
Coming back on
coming
Monday.
on Monday?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna like finish this online school on Friday.
Oh, you're finishing the class on Friday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And are you taking any other classes at CCEL?
No, only IELTS.
Oh, only this. And you started this again last month, right?
Yeah.
And oh, Takumi, to complete this program, how many weeks should it be?
I'm not sure, but so my mom signed up this IELTS school for
Yeah.
me. Then she told me that I think
Your
I mean,
last class?
yeah, my last class is Friday, I guess. She's
Okay.
not pretty sure that she's just guessing.
Oh, okay. But well, I'm not really sure. I don't know if, but then if you have time, probably you can email CCEL and ask them,
Oh, okay.
because there's no way I can check. That's why I asked you, like, how long do you need to take this program, for example. But anyway, if your last day will be on Friday, okay, Takumi, there are a lot of resource materials that you can actually get online on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
For example, listening on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyway, if you have a printer, or if there is any way that you can print any of those materials, you can do them, because you will be taking the paper based test, right? Which
Yeah.
I suggest. It's actually recommended, because I
Oh,
think
really?
it's better if you take the paper based test, especially if you're not really comfortable taking the test on a computer. But Isra said it's either paper based or computer based. It's not a problem because she had already a lot of practice, before, and she's taking it again now, right? So I think it will be much easier for her to take the computer based test.
I
Okay,
have
anyway,
question. I
yeah,
have
just
question for Isla. How many did she take the IELTS school? How many times?
yeah, Isra.
Yeah.
Takuma's question is that how long have you been taking this course?
So I started 2 months No.
But before,
Yeah, I just did 2 months before.
so 2 months before, and then you stop, and then you resume.
Yes.
And also, like, how many times did you take IELTS test?
This is my second time.
Oh, no, no, not the IELTS test. Probably the
No,
course.
I have never taken IELTS before,
Yeah.
and it's the course. It's my second time. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, Takumi, you wanted to know like how many times has she taken the test?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, she said she hasn't taken the test yet.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, but she has taken the course 2 times. This is her second time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But anyway, just in case, Takumi, there are many materials. Anyway, you already took this course. You already have a better idea how this test works, right? Okay, so for example, listening first, and then reading, and then writing. This is taken in 2.5 to 3 hours. And then the speaking is either before the written exam. When we say written exam, the listening, the reading, and the writing, that's what we call the written test. Okay. And then the speaking test is either before the written exam or after. Okay. And this is face to face, whether you take paper based or computer based. And of course, yeah, you have to be ready with, with all of the components of the test. And you already did several practice with read, with speak, listening, I should say. And you still have two homework. And then you already have, some practice in your reading. And yeah, you still have to work on those, difficult parts, especially the matching of the headings. Just like what you said, you have difficulty doing this, right?
Yeah.
And then the writing part, I think you can write. There are only a few things that you need to work on, like a little bit of polishing. And you already have some model answers that you can, review and try to go over them so that you have more ideas on how to write something more effectively. And then the speaking, I think, yeah, you can, express your ideas. Yeah. And in your case, Isra, I know that you had more practice than Takumi, and I'm very confident now that you will be able to like get better scores, like you've been taking a lot of practice um, tests, and I think you are prepared. I would say that you are very much prepared now, Isra.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't trust in myself. That's really bad of me. And I think I would get bad scores. That's why I want to practice a lot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yes, but if you ask me, being, like been doing this for a long time, I am confident that you will be able to, as long as you focus. You need focus, right? As long as you are able to finish all the tasks within a given time, because this is your number one enemy, the time constraint.
Yeah.
And when you take the test with an examiner or interviewer, as long as the confidence is there, don't let yourself get overcome by, anxiety or nervousness or things like those. You will be able to, if not totally ace the test, you will be able to get 8.5, you know. Okay, so anyway, Takumi, don't worry, because, it only requires more practice in your case. Okay? The more practice you do, the more confident you will be, and the more you will be more familiar with, different types of questions, and probably learning different techniques or improving your style of writing and everything like that. So this is just a matter of uh, doing more practice and being into it, especially before the test, you know. Okay, so anyway, we have some idiomatic expression here. Have you heard this before? To break the ice? Have you heard this idiom before, like breaking the ice?
Yes, I have.
Okay, but anyway, let's see, okay? Um, Isra, you will be A, and B, Takumi.
Okay. Okay, buddy, it's now or never.
What do you mean?
We come to this office shop
No,
every morning,
coffee shop.
coffee shop every morning, and you've wanted to ask that barista out for a month. It's now or never. Go ask her out.
What? Here? Now?
Yeah, here and now.
But
No, but go ask her.
how? I can't go. I cannot just go ask her.
You're right. You need something to break the ice.
Yeah, but what? What can I say to her to break the ice?
I don't know, but you had better think of something first. It's our turn to order next.
Oh no. Oh, hi. Good. Morning.
Mehehe, good morning.
So, I noticed that you changed your hair color. I like it.
Okay. So anyway, based on the conversation, okay, so you have A, B, and then C, okay, the barista. What does break the ice mean, Takumi?
Hmm.
Okay, it's like you really like the barista, right?
Yeah.
And you're telling your friend A that you have been wanting to ask her out, let's say for a date,
Mm-hmm.
but you're always shy to, to ask her or probably to talk to her. And then your friend said, you just go and ask her. And then you said, you're right. I mean, like, yeah, you're right. A said you need something to break the ice. Yeah, but what? What can I say to her to break the ice?
I mean, hanging out.
Okay. Well, yeah, actually, yes, you want to ask her to hang out with you. But usually, when you say, in this case, to ask somebody out, meaning you want to go out with this someone, like because you like this person. So it's more of like romantic thing. Okay. Now, Isra, what about break the ice? What do you mean with this?
Um, to remove the tension between um, you, like to start a conversation and remove I don't know how to
And
explain
yeah.
it. Yeah, but it's hard to do with tension.
Okay, yeah. So when you want to break the ice, okay, actually, teachers also usually break the ice, especially on the first day of class. But in this example, when you say break the ice, it means that there's like one way of getting the attention of that person and started or initiating a conversation so that you will be able to engage in that conversation, then and eventually you want to say like, okay, can I invite you for lunch this weekend, and then you start um going on with this conversation, meaning it's like breaking the ice. It means that, okay, I want to initiate a conversation with this person. I really want to ask her to go out with me, but of course I want to break the ice. So if you notice, it says here, so I noticed you've changed your hair color. I like it. So this is already breaking the ice, right, Takumi? And then
Yeah.
after this, probably letter C will say, "Oh, yeah, I had it last weekend, and I'm really glad that you like it." And then you continue the conversation. It's because you already broke the ice. You already got her attention. You already initiated the conversation, and now all you need to do is to be more engaged and let her engage with the conversation until you are able to say, can I invite you for lunch or dinner this Saturday? Yeah, that's what it means. Okay, in our case, teachers, it's actually most of the time that we just don't say, for example, okay, our lesson for today is this. Turn your book on page, or probably check your email. It's not like that. We have to break the ice by saying, how are you? How was your lunch? Did you have a good lunch, for example? So meaning, you have to start or initiate a conversation where you want your students to start talking. You
Oh,
understand?
yeah.
Okay. So, for example, at home, let's say you have an Italian housemate right now, right, Takumi?
Yeah.
And if, for example, another student is coming, so your homestay dad announced during your dinner that, okay, guys, someone is coming to join us tomorrow, and she is actually from Brazil, and I hope that you will be nice to her. Okay. So the following day, it was lunchtime. Okay. And just before lunchtime, she already got picked up from the airport by your homestay dad. um Knowing Brazilian people, I don't know how you find Brazilian people. Takumi, can you please say something about Brazilian people? How do you describe them in one word?
They love soccer.
Okay, okay, most especially men, right? They are into soccer, right? Okay, Isra, do you have an idea about Brazilian people?
Not really, but I don't know. I see them as like they like the Carnival Festival. I don't know.
Okay, so you know one thing about them, right? Like there are, Brazil is known for its a very big celebration of this event, which is called Carnival, and usually last week of February and first week of March, I think. So this is the only idea you have about them, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
and the language they speak.
and they speak Portuguese.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, which is a little bit similar to Spanish. There are many words that are similar. Okay, so for example, Takumi, it's already lunchtime, and you already know that this person already arrived. But knowing you guys, Japanese people, you are a little bit reserved. You don't usually start a conversation with someone who is a stranger to you, somebody you just met, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, who do you think will start the conversation in this case? Let's say you are now at the dining table and food has been served, and then probably the homestay dad is still busy, like preparing things, and you are already seated at the table with this new student. Okay. Will you be able to break the ice or no?
I can try, but I'll be awkward.
Okay, usually you feel awkward, right? Because it's not something that is common among you guys to usually break the ice with someone that you don't really know yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think the Brazilian student will actually break the ice.
And also Italian.
And
Italian.
Italian, yeah, knowing them, they are loud, they are very straightforward,
Yeah.
and probably they will
Really
say
social.
very sociable people.
Sociable.
Yeah, very friendly. So in this case, it's because you are kind of like more reserved. You feel a little bit awkward to start a conversation or to break the ice with this new student. Knowing Brazilian people, they will be the one to break the ice first. Okay, so probably that person, the Brazilian lady, for example, oh, by the way, I'm Luisa and I'm from Brazil. What about you? Right? Something like that. So that is breaking the ice too. Okay? So anyway, something is a breeze. What about this, guys? Something is a breeze. Okay, so Takumi, you will be A, and Isra will be B. Start now, guys.
How was the exam?
It was a breeze, a total breeze.
Really?
Yeah, a total breeze.
That's great to hear. You were really nervous that it was going to be impossible.
I know. I was really surprised that it was a breeze. It
Oh.
was such a breeze.
Okay, so based on the conversation, what does it mean when you say something is a breeze? It was a breeze, a total breeze. It was such a breeze. What does it mean, Isra?
Easy.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Takumi? Do you have any idea?
Mm, easy.
Okay, it was easy, it was smooth, something like that. Oh, I want to show you first the meaning of this, guys. And can I just ask you, Takumi, to read before I forget? What is, like breaking the ice mean?
To get a conversation started in a social situation. To break the awkward silence when meeting someone new.
Yeah, okay. So to break the ice meaning to initiate or to start a conversation with someone, especially a person rather that you just met. Okay, so something is a breeze and it means Isra, please read.
Something is very easy to do.
Exactly. So you thought that it was difficult or hard, but you were surprised that it was very easy. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, anyway, guys, let's do this. And instead of breaking the room, no, I want you to do this, like, speaking. And I will share one video later. And please let me know how. Have you seen any of the simulation tests, like speaking simulation tests in IELTS on YouTube, Isra?
um, I haven't clicked on it, but I have seen like the title, but I haven't clicked on it yet.
Yeah, what about you, Takumi? Have you seen any simulation tests?
Yeah, I usually see a lot.
Okay, speaking, right?
Yeah.
And you see different band score, like somebody got 3.5, somebody got
Yeah.
4, somebody got 7, somebody got 8.5, somebody got 9, right?
Yeah.
So you can watch a lot of videos. Good thing we have this on YouTube. In the past, we didn't have this, you know. And in my class, for example, last year, or I mean before the pandemic, I had an evening class, IELTS. And of course, before teachers would use cassette player or CD players to play recordings in the speaking, or I mean in the listening practice test. But few years ago, they started having this on YouTube, so it has become easier for the teachers because all we need to do is to click the link, and that's it. And of course, there are still a lot that you can actually explore, like speaking and listening, most especially. And good, Takumi, that you started watching a lot of videos. So it's also good, Isra, if you can watch videos, especially those 8.5 or higher, like 9, for example, so that you will have a better idea that, okay, I should give a response this way for part 1, part 2, and part 3. Okay?
Okay. Please, teacher, I have a question.
Yeah?
How many days do we take the test? Is just like everything in one day, or
No,
we
it's
have
just taken in a few hours. For example, you
Oh,
book. Okay. I had. Let me see. Where's my cell phone? Oh, actually, one of my students just sent the result this morning when I woke up, and of course, I was a little bit surprised, but happy for him, because when we were doing the practice test, he was a little bit frustrated about himself because his level of English is not that high yet. Okay, so he's applying for a student visa here, but of course he only needs 6.5 overall. And I've been telling him as much as possible you get 6.5 or higher, especially in your listening and your speaking. But of course he was struggling, unlike you guys. Your level, for example, is between intermediate to advanced. Okay, so intermediate, high intermediate, advanced, for example. So it will be kind of like easier for you, but for somebody whose level is still low, it will be a struggle. But anyway, we did a lot of practice tests. He really worked hard as well because he wants to come here as a student and he wants to bring his family over. So this has to do something with his future, especially for his kids. And okay, he took the test on Saturday, and it was computer-based test, and he got the result yesterday. And then he messaged me this morning. He's from Brazil. So his writing and reading, he got 6. His listening and speaking, 6.5, and overall 6.5. So
Well,
although it's not the one that I asked him to at least get 7, but we were both happy. And actually, I was a little bit surprised because I was a little bit nervous for him. Like, oh, I hope that he gets 6.5 or 6 at least to be able to qualify for the student visa, for example. And we were both happy. Well, he sounded very happy because he qualified for the student visa, you know. So and I asked him, like, how was the test, how was the speaking, how was the teacher? You know what, again, he said the tests that you were giving me were way more difficult than the set that they gave us in the actual test. So again, it's one of those good news that the practices that we've been doing, for example, are way more difficult. That's what he said. They were more difficult than the test that it was given to us. So yeah, it happens, but there are also times that people will tell me like, oh, you know what, Teacher Luisa, the test was really difficult, way more difficult than those that we've been doing in the practice test. But anyway, in most cases, guys, they give you either easy or average tests. It is seldom that they give you very difficult set of tests. Okay, so yeah, I'm confident, Isra, that you're ready. Now in your case, Takumi, of course, you've been taking this for only a few weeks. You've been only taking this for a few weeks, so you have to have more practice so that you will be more exposed to different types of questions and the components of the test. Okay? Understood, guys?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, good.
yes, thank you, teacher.
Okay. So, anyway, part one of the test, if you have watched the simulation test for speaking on YouTube, they ask personal questions. Okay? They will ask to introduce yourself, and this will be very easy. Like, how old are you, what's your name, how old are you, how many siblings do you have, for example, what's the name, or what does your father do and your mother, for example. Okay, but there is usually this kind of like a theme that they asked about you guys other than personal info. For example, Takumi, what about if you will be asked this question in the first part? What type of photos do you like taking? Why or why not? Takumi.
So so I like to take a photo,
Oh,
which
I
is
like to take photos.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
which is about
Mm.
nature view, because um the some of the nature that I've been to was really beautiful, and I could feel the how amazing it was. So for example, when I was living in Brazil, I went to the Iguas waterfall.
Iguazu?
Iguas waterfall, yeah. Then it was quite amazing for me, and I really shocked that there is such a big and massive waterfall in the world. Then I took a picture. I took a selfie with Iguas waterfall. Then I still have the picture. Then when I see the photo, the view, it reminds me the view, detail of the view of the
Mm-hmm.
Iguas waterfall.
Okay, I heard. Well, actually, you know what? My sister, who lives in the state, has been there as well, and I heard it's similar to Niagara Falls, but this one is longer because it connects 3 countries, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
So Brazil,
Brazil, Argentina,
and there's one more, I think.
and Peru.
I think so, but I know Argentina is one of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, so meaning it's longer, you know?
it's really long, and so many people say that Iguas waterfall is much bigger and like better than Niagara Falls.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I heard because I've never been to any of this, but my sister has been, and she was telling us that it's so beautiful. She said that you are kind of like amazed how this you know like strip of waterfalls, like it connects
Yeah,
3 countries, how this was made or
yeah,
created. So it's kind of like amazing. Okay, so usually your object is more of nature.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Now, what about you, Isra? What type of photos do you like taking?
I like taking any kind of photos.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I like memories a lot. I don't know why. I just like making memories, and I like to remember. Oh, this time I did this time I went to this. So I like taking photos of everything that will remind me of something.
Okay, yeah. So anyway, in Takumi's case, it's more of like nature, like Iguazu Falls. In your case, it could be anything that will create memories.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay, now Takumi, what do you usually do with those photos that you take? Takumi.
What do you mean? Like after I take a
Yes.
picture, what
Yeah.
do I do?
Do
I
you
usually make the display to see in my room. So I usually buy the frame for the photo.
Mm. Do you
Yeah.
usually post them on social media?
Yeah, of course. I usually when I take a picture which is really beautiful, I
Mhm.
usually post on Instagram.
Oh yeah, okay. And what about you? Yeah, yeah. Takumi, you were saying more?
Yeah, to share the feelings to feeling to other people.
Yeah, of course, especially if it's really beautiful and amazing, something breathtaking, and you want to share this with your family members, relatives, friends,
Yeah.
classmates, or people you know, and you have them on Instagram as well. What about you, Isra? What do you usually do with those that you take?
I create memories. I don't post my pictures or any pictures on social media.
But do you have
Only if
Facebook?
I don't like Facebook at all. I don't know why. I just don't like Facebook.
Instagram. Do you have Instagram?
Yes, yes, I have Instagram.
What about Twitter?
I don't use Twitter also.
WhatsApp?
Yes,
Okay, but
and WhatsApp.
WhatsApp is more private, right?
Yeah,
And do you share photos with people you know?
yeah. Sometimes I post on my story, so it doesn't last for long.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, it's probably because again, if because of your religion and because of the restrictions you have in your family, so you don't
Yes.
really post photos on social media, right?
If I post, I cover my face.
Ah, okay, yeah. There is kind of like a suspense or mystery on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So anyway, well, unlike in our case, for example, Filipinos are into social media. It's like we overdo it, and it's not really good. Overdoing it is not good. You lose so much of your privacy. Yeah,
Yeah, and also I am scared of catfish.
it,
Like
totally.
catfish is yeah.
Yeah,
I watch the machine and oh my god, if they use my photos, what am I going to say to my parents?
yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, that's actually one of the risks or dangers.
Yeah.
Okay. When you visit other places, for example, I know that you already gave an example, Takumi, that when you went to this place where the Iguazu Falls are, um, do you make this into? Oh, you actually said you also post this on your wall, right, in your room, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So meaning you have this printed and then you post. Uh-huh. What about buying postcards, Takumi? Do you buy postcards, like if you want to send something like a message to your parents or to somebody back home? Do you buy like a postcard here, like Vancouver,
What is a
place?
postcard?
You don't know postcards? Oh, wait 1 second. I have a lot of postcards here. Oh my goodness. Oh, here. Well, I used to have this. I used to give this away to my students. Can you see, guys?
Oh.
Okay, so look at this Vancouver English Center. I used to teach here. I work here for 3 years, and you know it's actually free. I have a lot. The school closed down in 2016, unfortunately, and we used to give this away to our students. It's kind of like a project in writing. So there's like like a kind of like a, how do you call this one, like a spot here where you write a message, and then where you post a postage here, and then your name, for example, your name, and then we ask them to mail this to somebody they know back home. So these are examples of postcards. See, Vancouver spots. Can you see, guys? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you guys? Do you still buy postcards and send something to your
Not
to your
really.
Oh yeah, because we already have this internet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I still miss those days where we yeah. Actually, when I was in Japan, I was there for a month, and I did this too. When we went to Tokyo Tower,
Hmm.
they sell a lot of postcards there.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah. So anyway, I bought probably more than 10,
Hmm.
and on my first week, I wrote, and then I asked my brother-in-law to send this to my mom, to my sister in the US, to my brother, and then to some of my very close friends, and I miss those days, but that was a long time ago. Nobody does this anymore, I think, because of Facebook, Instagram, so you can easily send a message, WhatsApp. Yeah. Okay, now what about you, Takumi? Do you like people taking photos of you?
Oh,
Let's say
you
you
mean
you you, you hang out with friends, or you went out with your housemate, let's say the Italian housemate, and then you went downtown, and then your housemate said, okay, let's have a photo, let's have a selfie with you.
oh,
Is that okay with you or not?
actually, I used to kind of hate it
Yeah.
because I was shy to take a picture, take a selfie with others,
Mm-hmm.
even his friends.
Mm-hmm. Even
But
Japanese friends? Even
mm,
Japanese friends like in Japan?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
but like I was okay to take a selfie with friends,
Mm-hmm.
but not like only myself. I used to be
Mm.
shy, but right now after I came here, I became not shy, like
I became more comfortable.
comfortable. Yeah, with
Yeah, in
taking
taking
a picture.
selfies.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good because people here they love taking selfies.
yeah.
Like
They're so
special
confident.
it's
They have huge confidence.
yeah, especially if you go to a new place, right? And
Yeah,
sometimes you don't want to ask people to take a photo of you, and then you
yeah.
take selfies. What about, I know, Isra, that there are many restrictions, okay, in your
Yeah.
case. But do you like people taking photos of you? Special people that you don't know. Let's say you're walking down the street with your head cover, and you have this how do you
Good
call
job.
this? Hijab? Yeah, hijab.
Yeah.
And somebody, for example, somebody took a photo of you. How do you react to this?
I will ask them why. Because
Uh-huh.
why do you want to have my picture?
Okay, for example, if I were the one, for example, you don't know me, right? And we're both on the street right now, and I'm from let's say from North America or from Europe, and we don't do this. We don't wear abaya. And then, oh, I want to take, this is a beautiful lady, and I want to take a photo of her. Then I took a picture, and then you said, why are you taking my picture? And then what about if I say, well, you know what? It's because you look beautiful and I like the color of your hijab. So what would you say?
I would thank them firstly, but I would tell them to delete it because I don't know you, and anything could happen with the picture.
Mm.
So
Now, what about if I ask your permission first? Would you say yes?
no,
Oh, no.
I don't know what. I just don't like. I can take my own pictures. Even if my sister wants to take me a picture of me, I don't like it at all. I don't know why.
Oh,
I said no. I don't want it. But I think I'll change um one day because my friends, oh my god, they take pictures every time.
I know. Especially people at your age, right?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah,
god.
yeah. Okay, so whether they ask permission or not, you will have to say no.
Yeah, because they can post it on social media, which I don't like at all.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they can post it but cover my face. That should be it.
Uh-huh. Okay, okay. Yeah, so it all depends, right? Because there was a
Yeah.
time in this school, Vancouver English Center, we had a lot of students from Saudi Arabia, from other Middle Eastern countries, you know, and they are covered just like you know, only the face usually. And there was one time that I went to the washroom, and there was one lady who was trying to fix, the covering. I don't know if it's called like a scarf, a head scarf,
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
it's a scalp. You can call it a scalp.
Yeah. And then when I saw her face and her hair, I told her, "Oh my goodness, you're so beautiful." And I told her, "Why do you have to cover your hair? It's so beautiful." And then, "Can I take a photo of you? Because I want to show it to some of my, close co teachers." And said, "No, teacher, please, no. It's not allowed." So it's the same thing. Because I want to show her like the face and the hair without the
Yeah,
scarf. It's a female washroom, so it was okay. And she was trying
yeah,
to fix it. And then I said, "You're so beautiful. Beautiful face, beautiful hair. Can I take a photo of you?" And then she said, "No, teacher, no." Yeah. So yeah, it's probably because of some restrictions by, the family members or by the
yeah.
religion itself.
Men can see the hair of women.
No,
It's not
they
allowed.
it's not allowed. Okay, yeah, okay. So at
You can
least,
show it to ladies or women, but it's not to men.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's why when we were, in the washroom, yeah, she was, kind of like she removed it and then trying to fix her hair and everything like that. But then when I told her, "Oh my goodness, you're so pretty. You have with the beautiful hair," and then I wanted to take a photo, like a selfie with her, but she said, "No, teacher, no, not allowed." Okay, and we have to respect that. We have to, kind of like respect. So Takumi, you're getting some ideas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, about why they cover. It's because men are not allowed, where they're not supposed to see their hair. Okay, now this is part two, guys, and I want to time you because here the examiner will just listen to you. She will not interrupt you unless the time is already over. Okay. So part two is this. You will be given 1 minute to prepare and 2 minutes to deliver this. Okay. And I want you to do it first. I don't know where I put my cell phone. Okay. You have to do it first, Takumi. So this is the question. Can you please read?
Describe a day when you thought the weather was perfect. You
Yeah.
should say where you were on this day, what the weather was like on this day, what you did during the day, and explain why you thought the weather was perfect on this day.
Okay. So just in case this topic was given to you in part two. So it's about a weather that you thought it was perfect. Okay, so again, you have guide questions. So this will be your outline when you are given a piece of paper and a pencil, and you will be asked to deliver this in 2 minutes. Okay, so where were you on this particular day, and what the weather was like on this day? Why is it that it was perfect for you, and what you did during this day, and explain why you thought the weather was perfect on this particular day. But sorry guys, I need to get my phone first. I don't know where I place it. Oh my god. Okay. But anyway, let me see if this one works. I have another one. Okay, so Takumi, I'm giving you 1 minute to prepare, okay? I will just ask you to stop when time is up. Okay, you can start now, Takumi.
Okay, so the perfect weather that I think the most is the sunny day.
Mm-hmm.
I went, so I think 2 years ago I went to the Disneyland in Japan, Tokyo Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
Then the weather was really sunny, and it was kind of hot. But I love the sunny days because the sunny days in Japan is really we can see the blue sky. There's no clouded. There's no clouds. So I don't like the rainy days. So I thought I saw the weather of the day that I was gonna go to Disneyland. Was it was rainy, but next day I saw the weather, then it was sunny. So I was really hoping to go to Disneyland. Then when I went to the Disneyland, it was perfect weather because there is no any cloud, and also um, I could have fun with like riding the attraction of the Disneyland, and also the parade and festival was really great because of the weather. I still remember when it's raining. I went to the Disneyland. I couldn't ride. I couldn't take any attraction. I couldn't any like um, Disneyland's machine. So I was really happy. And what did you
Okay, I think that time is up, uh, Takumi. Okay, 2 minutes. I'm just looking at this timer here. Okay, so anyway, for you, a perfect day was when you went to Disneyland,
Yeah.
Tokyo Disneyland. Okay, and it was sunny. And were you with some friends?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can actually mention this too, like yes. For example, for me, one perfect weather was when I went to Disneyland with some friends, and it was sunny. The sky was very clear. It was blue, and it wasn't really hot. It was okay, and anyway, we enjoyed, walking around Disneyland. We tried some of those rides, and it was a perfect day for us because we enjoyed, being together and trying all of the rides that we can, because it was probably summertime in Japan during this day, and it was our school break as well. So we had fun, riding all.
I have a question. How you say the attraction, the machine to for people's
You mean like those rides?
rides?
Rides, yes. Like Ferris
Oh,
wheels, roller coaster. We
Yeah.
call them rides.
So when I say I rode the rides,
Yeah, I would, yeah, we tried most of the rides that we have in in Disneyland, right? And you can also name what kind of ride this was, like Ferris
uh,
wheel, roller coaster, what else? Pirate ship,
yeah,
what else? I
very
forgot.
hard.
Yeah. So anyway, different kinds of rides, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. But I don't know all the names of those rides, but you can mention some.
Okay,
So it was a perfect day to have fun in Disneyland. The the sky was so clear, it was blue, and it wasn't so hot, although it was very sunny. It's because you were in Disneyland, and I think it's like kind of like an open air, so it was windy,
mm,
right? So it wasn't so bad. I know that the weather in Japan during summertime can be a little bit humid too,
yeah,
but yeah, but in that area where Disneyland is, it's like kind of like an open air, so it's windy and everything like that, so it wasn't so bad,
mm.
right? Okay, now what about you, Isra? What it will be your response in 2 minutes when you get this topic or question?
Um, I'll talk about the field trip I went on.
Mm?
It's a field trip. It was a, and usually in Africa there is always the sun, just around time there are sometimes wind, but I mean rain, but there's always sun. So it was a sunny day, and the school organized a field trip. I
Mm-hmm.
remember I was like 8 or 9 years old. It was we went to historical places,
Mm.
and also we went to a forest. But it was there was this I don't know how to call it, net which we pass on top of trees. I was really scared. It was really scary because I am scared of heights.
Mm-hmm.
So my teachers were nice enough to help and guide me pass through this
Mm. Mm-hmm.
net. And I thought it was a perfect day because my classmates was with me, but also during the ride on the bus I slept a lot. And
Mm.
one of the teachers were nice enough to carry me in their arms.
Oh, how old were you? Did you say 9?
Eight or
Oh,
nine years.
8. Okay. So this was like an outdoor activity because you went on a field trip, right?
Yes,
And usually
yes.
field trips, you know, take place during a very nice weather, But
Mm,
anyway, in your country or most parts of Africa, actually, you usually have this hot, sunny weather, like
yes.
almost like summer the whole time, the whole year
Yeah,
round.
almost.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know, I understand. So anyway, this was kind of like perfect for you because you were doing some like kind of like outdoor activity. Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
very good. So anyway, another part of the speaking will be, of course, a discussion between you and the examiner. So this will be a two-way discussion. Okay. Some discussion topics will be related to the topic that you spoke about in part two, and still about weather, for example. Okay, one question or possible question that will be asked is this, Takumi. What do you think are the types of weather do people in your country dislike most? So you have the four seasons, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So what do you think? What types of weather or let's say season do people in your
I'm
country dislike
I'm
most?
pretty sure that most of the people hate the most the weather, which is um really hot day. It's like summer and also really humid
Mm. And which months
because
are this?
hmm,
Which months?
it was like during the summer vacation.
Yeah. So usually just like here, right? Start
Yeah,
mid part of June until
August.
September.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And
and
so you think that most people hate this time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what do they usually do during, this kind of weather? It's very hot, sunny, and humid.
I think they usually go to the pool.
Uh-huh. They
With
go
rice.
swimming.
Yeah, there's a like uh I forgot the name of the rice. Water slider.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
With the water slider, then people can have fun with water, cold
Mm.
water,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
it's so humid, and if people go out, they're gonna be sweaty. They're gonna
Sweaty.
be
Sweaty.
so hard. Yeah.
Okay. Now, what about this house that you live in right now in Tokyo? Do you have air conditioning?
Yeah, of course. Most of the house have air conditioner.
Yeah, but in the
They don't.
past, like 30, probably 40 years ago, many houses do not have air
Yeah,
conditioning.
because the technology of the machine didn't develop that much,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
and
yeah.
also it was quite expensive.
And probably it wasn't that bad before. We've been experiencing a lot of this adverse effects of climate change.
Hmm.
And this could be one of the reasons because my sister used to live in a house without air conditioning system. But it's an old apartment, and she said that in the past we don't really need it, we just need electric fans, but nowadays no, you need to have air
No.
conditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now what about you, Isra? What do you think is the type of weather do people in Benin or in Togo or in West Africa hate the most?
I think Hamilton.
Oh.
It's Hamilton. It's a season and starting from November, December to January. It's really dry during the season,
Uh-huh.
and your body is gets really dry during the day and white, and your lips start to crack if you smile, and when you eat, it's just hurts a lot. So
Wow.
people usually use lip balms during this season. So
Wow.
I think it's this time people don't like it like Hamilton.
Well, I suppose, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and probably you yourself, you don't like this kind of weather.
Yeah, and it's really usually cold during the morning and night. So,
Yeah.
well, for you people in Vancouver, it's not really cold, but for us, it's cold since we're used to the sunny weather.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, well, in Vancouver, it gets very, very cold during the winter time too. And the thing is, it also rains. And I think if you ask me the same question, I think it would be winter because it's cold and it rains a lot too here. And a lot of people complain about this kind of weather here too. Okay, so there will be follow-up questions, more follow-up questions, not only one, it can be two, three, or five, but just be ready. Anyway, very related to the topic that you spoke about. Okay, anyway, guys, thank you so much for sharing again some of those insights or perspectives. But your homework for today, I will be sending you two links that you can watch on YouTube, okay, from the lesson plan of Teacher Lee. And tomorrow you have to share to me about, you have to write down, questions that were asked in the simulation. So questions, you don't need to write everything, but at least questions that are asked in the first part, and then the second part, and then the third part. At least you have to have two or more questions. Okay? Especially first and second. I will send you the link after our class. Okay? Takumi and Sra, did I make myself clear?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So I will be sending you two links that you can
For
actually.
the video speaking test.
Oh yeah, simulation speaking tests.
Okay.
Yeah. All you need to do is to listen and watch and then write down some of the questions that were asked.
Okay.
Okay, bye. See you tomorrow, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Have
you're
a
welcome.
good day.
Okay, enjoy the rest of your evening, Ezra, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon, Takumi.
Thank you. I have football practice from today though.
What's that?
I have football practice.
Oh, okay, okay. So anyway, I see you tomorrow, guys. Enjoy whatever you have to in store for you today. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.